Oh, okay, Alan, why don't you take it?
Dr. Bullard, thank you very much for your talk. My name is Alan. I'm a recent accounting graduate of the Miami Herbert Business School. I have a few questions for you. I read a lot in the Wall Street Journal, other publications, Brookings, and I remember a talk that was given by Chris Waller, who I'm sure you know. And in his talk, Chris Waller first talked about current economic conditions at that point in time, which would justify a lowering of the federal target interest rate. But then he qualifies his talk by saying, but maybe not, maybe not. Maybe there are additional conditions that may occur that we're not familiar with that will cause us to keep the rate elevated. And as of today, it's still elevated. And I was reading an article that quoted you as saying, Bullard says February job report increases chance of Fed cutting interest rates sooner. And this was March 8th, and this is almost April 8th now. Could you explain why theory doesn't really support what's happening in actuality?
So, data's rolling in all the time, and it's very subtle, and you have to follow it closely because markets have for a jobs report, for instance, markets will have an expectation. They'll say, oh, I expect 180,000 jobs to have been created in the last month. Then you get the actual print. Maybe it says 250,000 jobs. So now they have to reprice because the actual number didn't come in the way they expected. But you could have the same number come in perplexingly. They could have expected 300,000 jobs to be created, and then the actual number came in at 250. Now they have to reprice in the opposite direction because the expectation was wrong in the opposite direction. So a great deal depends on market-based expectations of what they think is going to happen on a lot of these reports. A lot of it is hair-splitting, subtleties, but I would warn you not to disregard it just because of that. There's trillions of dollars out there worth of assets that have to be priced, and when situation changes a little bit, that's a lot of money on the table. So this is why this goes on this way in kind of a ridiculous fashion, and you see all these tidbits of data coming in, and this is pushing the market around one way or another. But that data is coming in relative to expectations. So that report, I thought, was a little bit soft compared to what markets had expected. That's why I say that I said there that that probably increases the probability a little bit that there would be a cut in the policy rate.